Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this great big universe. My name is Helena Roman, and thank you so much for being here with me for another episode of Love Unlocked, where together we decode the mysteries of the universe. Now, today we have a very special guest, Quora's very own, and you know him, Jacob Peterson, here to talk with us about the communication with love semantics. So let's go ahead and bring him on in. Hey, Jacob, how are you doing? Are you
Oh,
outside?
yeah, I'm outside. I guess you do this
Oh,
outside. My
Thank you
family.
very much for joining us outside. Oh dear, I see your breath.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a little nippy. I had a fire earlier, but
You had a fire?
a little fire going earlier, so I'm
Oh, a
nice.
nice fire.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
thought you
yeah.
meant like something caught
No,
on fire.
I set myself up all in my Jeep right here, so now I'm
Oh,
all bundled up. So
I gotcha. Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
so much for joining us.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I was just telling the viewers before we get started that today's video is for educational and informational purposes only, and to always be polite, especially when you make a comment down below, because we do not, this is an anti-troll zone. Now,
Oh,
Jacob is here. Jacob is here to talk with us today about love semantics. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about what that means?
uh, yeah. It's words, right? And so, let's see. I mean, being a human being is very interesting, right? The communication is pivotal for that, and words are the foundation of that, right? So we talk about we talk about words. We're talking about compartmentalizing pieces of reality so our brains understand them. And the one thing we cannot compartmentalize is love, right? And it's kind of an enigma, and that's what this is about, right? It's trying to get the mind keyed into to this paradox that is love. And if you list them out, I gave you a bunch of lists, and if
Mhm.
you list them out, it's almost you got paradoxes, right? You got love is strong, yet love is gentle, right?
Mhm.
And finding that middle point in one's life actually creates magic. And that's the foundation for love semantics, I guess. And yeah, you really took on to that. I just kind of threw that word out there and you really, really grabbed onto that. So now we're creating a whole thing out of it, but why not, right? So
It's great. Yeah.
yeah.
And Jacob actually shared with me a lot of the love semantics, and it really does kind of cause a question to come into your heart. Love is strong, love is all enduring, yet it's gentle. So what is the middle point?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jacob has been writing for a very long time on Quora, expressing from his heart the advice and opinions that he has been sharing with you guys. So if you guys have any questions for him directly, I will go ahead and link his Quora profile down below in the description box. Now, what are your favorite love semantics to make a comparison with?
Well, this is the interesting about it. So, thing about it, once you start piecing them all out in your mind and you start living them, it's really intuitive, right? And so, I mean, I'm at the point right now where it's just really automatic, and I can't really give you a favorite one, right? Because you can list them all, and right in between there is a superposition. I mean, it's not just
Mhm.
two; it's list them all out there. You could learn what is that? The most written about topic is love in human history. So it's really it's something. It's what is it? An ideal, right? An ideal to be striven for. So
Yes, it is. And you had sent me a list of love semantics, and I have been
yeah.
looking in my email. I have my little phone here, and I've been looking in my email to try to find it. And now I can't find it. And I had it already too.
Something that I've been kind of expressing and really wanting to express is the ferocity of love, right?
Mhm.
There's a fierceness about it,
Yeah.
and it's also the strength part, right? You're not really going to back down, especially like mother bear protecting their cubs, that kind of aspect of it. And so I don't know, mixing that all in with the gentle parts, right? The polite parts, the kind parts. Um, it's really an inner battle, you know. It's really an inner battle.
Well, it looks like the universe just spoke and gave me the list. And I know exactly what you mean about the inner battle. but I was able to come up with the list that he had sent me, and it's my fault that everything gets lost in my phone. But some of these examples is love is intimacy, not smothering, yet love is individuality. Love is vulnerability, not weakness, yet love is strength. Love is simple, not elitist, yet love is infinitely complex in its simplicity. Love is soulful reverence, not superficial attraction, yet nothing appreciates aesthetics and beauty like love does. To give you guys a bit of an example. So it's almost like it comes down to communication.
That's right.
How do you communicate the love that you feel for someone else? I'm going to go ahead and forward him back this so that he can reference it on his phone if he wants to, because he sent me this beautiful list. And in regards to an individual's relationship with the other, he had said to me in his previous message, love is personal beliefs, not religious conformity, yet love is spiritual alignment. Mm-hmm. And I think that speaks volumes. Love is emotional support, not emotional dependency, yet love is autonomy. And everybody talks about having healthy autonomy in relationships. Love is deep companionship, not possessiveness, and yet love is freedom. Love is emotional safety, not emotional manipulation, yet love is emotional growth. So it kind of makes you really think about what real love truly means and what a healthy relationship looks like up against these statements that basically they're almost contradicting, but like love is kindness, not enablement. Yes, you want to be kind, but at the same time, you don't want to enable someone. Let's say that we know somebody probably, shouldn't be going to, I don't know, the dance club or wherever, because they're going to run into somebody that they're not getting along with. And they ask you for a ride. Well, you love that person. You want to give them a ride because you care about them, but you don't want to enable them to get in, to fall back into old patterns. Does that make sense?
It does. I say give them a ride, but then sneak a little comment in there, a couple little comments on the way, right?
Exactly.
So whatever, right? But
exactly.
It is a tightrope. It's a tightrope walk in life, and it's the thing is we're we're intelligent species. We're intelligent beings. We should be using these higher faculties, and love is actually one of the most complex things to really think about and to really try to align your life with. And I just don't see it enough. And I really feel like if one person does that, if you do that on an individual level, there's just real life magic. I just can't express that enough. So
that's a very good point, because when you really think about love semantics, communication, what it really means, it makes you look inward. It makes you look inward and kind of reassess, what is it that I could do better? I know what this means and I know what it does. I know it is, but how could I make it better? And I think that is what we all are striving for.
It does. It's finding that intention actually empowers an individual. It gives you a choice. You're not a leaf blowing in the wind. You get a choice. I mean, I don't know. Even if it doesn't feel like a choice, right? But I don't know. There's a little bit of a self-empowerment. Go ahead. I want you to lead. Go ahead.
This guy is brilliant. So I'm going to just read a few more that stand out to me here for you guys. Okay. So love is unconditional acceptance, not enablement, yet love never compromises its values. Love is compassionate care, not control. And love encourages personal autonomy. I think we covered that one a little bit above as well. Love is stewardship, not possession, yet personal freedom is sacred to love. Love is authenticity, not conformity. Did I say this already? Yeah, love is personal growth. Yeah, I think I'm repeating myself. But it also says here, love is not or I'm sorry, love is compromise, not sacrifice, because love is a servant unto itself. Love is collaboration, not dominance, yet love is the personal growth. And we're all on a personal growth journey. Love is equality, not a power struggle, yet love is self-empowerment. Love can bring you self-empowerment as a person and also empower others. Love is genuine, not pretense, and yet love has compassionate composure. Love is honesty, not deception, and yet love is always tactful. Love is transparency, not secrecy, and yet love respects personal boundaries. Love is open communication, not calculated responses, and love knows what it's doing better than anything that originates in the mind.
From
And
her.
I think that he kind of sent that to me because when he and I were first talking, I had said, we'll have, let me know the questions that you want me to ask you, because the video has to have flow, right? So I usually like to have questions to ask my guests, and he's like, no. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
No,
and
it should be structured. Otherwise, we're going to be talking over each other. You know what I mean? So I'm following your lead right now. But yeah, it's this whole digital communication thing is kind of wild for me, right? I've kind of had my head in the sand my whole life. Really, I never had a Facebook, never had any of that. And my wife's the one who got me an iPhone because you need one. Here you go. So it's it's just interesting. I'm still getting used to it, honestly. So
well, I'll
but
tell you, you're not the only one. I have a Facebook that nobody goes on, not even me, unless somebody's like, sends me a message and says, you need to look at this on Facebook. I'm hardly ever on there. I get it. For
well,
years.
that's like so 5 years ago, though, isn't it? I don't know.
Can, yeah, Facebook is 5 years ago. But I will tell you, I've had I've seen so many people say, oh, I'm trying to break the algorithm for whatever, YouTube or Instagram and all this stuff. Do you know that when the internet came out and Facebook came out, do you know that I said, I think this is a phase?
It's just a passing phase. The kids and their computers. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, the kids are going to use it. It's not going to be a big deal. We're not going to need it now. I mean, like phone books. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
That's
It's
a thing
it.
of the past.
I know. It's wild. I got 5 kids and all that, 6 kids, and I don't know, watching the technology on them, it's just even the schools, you can't get away from it. Like all the work's on the schools now, right? And so like I'm going through trying to help them with their homework now, and it's just all these computer programs, and it's a little I don't know. It's interesting. I'm still getting used to it. I'm trying not to be frustrated by it, but it's all good. So
I bet you and your wife are the best parents ever.
yeah, we complement each other. Let's say that. Yes, ma'am. So
I will say, when I read his Love Semantics, I thought to myself, man, this is a very happy couple. And then I'm just thinking about how it is to be raised by parents who are actually in sync and in tune and understand the dynamic of love, understand what their children need, and not just what they need to give to the children, like in front of each other, just let's not fight in front of the kids, but to really understand how communication affects a child, affects a relationship ongoing. Just words. To most people, it's like, well, they said something. But, a lot of times children, families, partners, spouses, you say words, it stays with that person. Have you ever talked to somebody where they say, oh, do you remember 5 years ago when you said, and you're like, I do not. But they do. It affects them. And like, as you know, as a relation, like I do relationship coaching. I don't do like spiritual, well, a little bit spiritual,
dabble.
but
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit, but basically relationship coaching. And so I have to keep in mind that when I have a relationship coaching client, when we have a conversation, that is probably the most important conversation they are going to have for a very long time. To me, it is not just another chat. I have to remember that everything that I say to them is going to be, they're going to put this to work in their relationship, the communication skills, which is why I love the Love Semantics. I
Yes,
feel like
ma'am.
this is a wonderful tool that I feel that could help a lot of people. And I'm hoping that it's okay for me to copy these love semantics and put them in the video
Yes,
as
ma'am.
a like a click so that people
Yep.
can see them, because I
It,
feel like that this will help people learn to communicate and understand in their head and in their heart what they're communicating and the impact that it can have on another person.
it's so beautiful coming from you, honestly,
Aw,
because the
thank you.
personal touch, right? And this is the thing about, I mean, I call you people helpers of the souls, right? And you help people's souls through life. You help them get over their karma from this lifetime and help them progress on, have a happy life. That's the whole goal of this thing, right? And so, I mean, where did I leave off at? I don't know. It's just beautiful. You need that vulnerability, right? You have a natural vulnerability about you, and you
Oh,
make me feel comfortable, right? And I've
thank you.
watched a couple of your other videos, and people like to rant on you and everything.
Oh
It's
yeah.
yeah. So you're very good. I think you're on your way. You're
Thank you. You're
very good
sweet.
communicator. So,
Thank you.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So I know the viewers know you from Quora. All
Awesome.
your fans are watching.
I
You
got fans, eh?
you know you do.
I got yeah.
I mean, have you looked at you? I mean, have you looked at you? I maybe not.
You know,
all all the people who love you are watching. Do you have a message that you would like to share with your followers on Quora? Because
it's
they're excited to see it.
life is a big story. It's really, really big story. I mean, there's nothing I could say to the general public that hasn't already been said by somebody else or myself. I really want to talk to individuals, right? It's about this personal connection right here. And, you know, I don't know, like I guess that's just the whole point. I wish everybody could see what I see because I don't think it's really that hard. It's just clearing the mind completely out and letting the heart speak. And you know, I think women do it naturally better than men. I think that's something to kind of analyze there. You know, the lines definitely aren't black and white, and you know, I get there's a big gray, but there's also these archetypal energies, right? And you know, it's just a big story. It's just a big, big story. And you're a beautiful person, and
Oh,
everybody's a beautiful person. I really genuinely fall in love with every single person that I interact with. I mean, it doesn't even have to be. I mean, it doesn't even have to be this personal. You know, where I see your face anymore. I didn't fall in love with the words. I didn't know that was possible. But you know, you start seeing people's kind of their soul through their words, right? And it's beautiful. And like I said, I guess I wish I could just be out here like some love hippie, right? And like just oh, let's all. And I don't. That's not why I'm out here, right? I see so much beauty being suffocated, and you know, I don't know. It's a big story, right? Like I could just keep on going on, but I think we really need these personal connections. Take the love semantics, darling. Take it all. Write a book if you want, and it's all yours, right? Like I told you before, everything I write is public property. I can't make money off this because that's another story, right? That's a different story. But so yes, it's just love. That's the big story, a big story of love. And yes, I think that's it.
Jacob, I want the viewers to know that he wanted to have the conversation with us after his family was asleep, so he wouldn't disturb anybody, where he could be outside, where the energy is, where he feels comfortable, and we feel comfortable, and we can have an in-person exchange without any stress, without any worries, without any interferences. just two people having a conversation. And I think that speaks volumes to the Love Semantics. And I'm hoping that you guys will, I'm going to put these in the video description. It's going to take me a couple days to edit, but I'm going to put these in the video description for you guys. And I'm hoping that you'll take a look, read them, use them in your own life, see how they speak to your heart, and put them to your best use. So, Jacob, thank you so much for being here. You are amazing. Thank you. Would you be willing to come back in the future for another chat?
I would love to, Helena. Yes,
That
ma'am.
would
Thank
be
you.
that would be wonderful because I know that everybody would love to see you. So, we will go ahead and sign off and we will
Awesome.
see you guys. We will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in this universe.